First, I would like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this is your brother Dawab Bob from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, it says, be prepared for your family to betray you once the charagma is made mandatory. And that charagma is going to be the CHIP, the MOTB, you know, what these elites are going to introduce in that new world order to have control, you know, have people bow down to them. This is going to be their new system. And it's going to be with that little piece that they're going to put inside your hand on your forehead. And as you see, this video is from Arrows of Indignation. This brother always put out great videos, especially videos that are good for lessons. He put out quite a few of them, and this is one of them, you know, because people don't understand the times that we heading in, man. A lot of our family members, a lot of friends, a lot of co-workers, you know, are going to turn you over, are going to trick on you, are going to snitch on you, so to say, or so to speak, you know. And that's what's going to happen, man. Hey, man. If you ain't in, hey, brothers always say, man, if they ain't in this truth, don't trust them. You know, now we got family members that we love, wives, sons, daughters, moms, dads. But you got to understand, man, you know, when it comes that time, man, a lot of them going to sit up here and pick Esau. They're going to pick to try to live one more day in this fucked up ass kingdom. You know, but with that, I'm only gonna let part of this play. You know, you brothers, y'all can see the title for yourself. You see it's Arrow's Indignation. It was put out seven hours ago. I'm only gonna play like a minute and 50 seconds. You know, maybe 1 minute and maybe 30 seconds of it. That's all I need to play. You know, but it's a pretty good it's a good video, man, for a lesson. You know, if brothers want to see the rest, you know, all you got to do is pull up the page. You know, I just want to play. Just part. I might play the whole thing. You know what? I might just play the whole thing. So with that, man, let me go ahead and let it play. And as you see, he already got on the screen the Copyright Act of 1976. I'm not using this for no monetarily gain. I'm just using this for educational purposes. So here we go.
No way.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand and on their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Effective immediately, citizens who have not received the digital implant must be reported to the National Compliance Hotline. Remember, reporting is an act of unity and protection.
It's my brother.
Failure to report will result in penalty. Stay with us for continued updates on the directive.
It's my son. He hasn't gone yet. I'm reporting him now.
All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Move it. Clear left.
Report. Receive reward. Secure peace. Please
Lord.
move in. Report. Receive reward. Secure peace. Please.
They'll take us if you don't comply.
I obey God, not man.
Non-compliant citizen detained. My own house! Another non-compliant citizen detained.
Father, forgive me.
This brave citizen upheld the premier's decree, ensuring unity through obedience.
Forgive me.
Move! Hands where we can see them! I did nothing wrong!
Compliance is unity.
How could you do this to me?
I had no choice. They said they'd take us all.
Report. Receive reward.
Keep it moving.
For your safety, comply immediately. Compliance is peace.
Processing sequence initiated. Non-compliant. Detain.
Compliance ensures continuance.
Over 35,000 citizens have been safely integrated since yesterday's directive.
So there you go, and you see the end part, right almost at the end. Dude was telling his woman, how could you do this to me? They would have took us all. Hey, look, that's the nigga woman for you. That's how she gonna think. And that's just on the real. So, hey, bros, like we say, man, hey, the times that we in, man, we got to sit up here and, and prepare ourselves, man, because that's going to come real fast. It's going to come real soon. So with that, man, I didn't really know which scripture. I'm going to get that Matthew 10 that he actually quoted. He actually said, two of the verses. I'm going to get a few more of them. And he actually played the verse Revelations 13, 16, 17, 18. I think he might have played 15 also. But I'm going to get a few other scriptures. Now, one of the scriptures I want to sit up here and get is this, because, hey, even in the scriptures, what it say in Micah, because Micah 7 and 5, it says, trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. So what it's saying, man, hey, you can't always tell everybody everything, man. Yeah, we sit up here and tell our wives a few things, possibly sometimes. But for the most part, man, hey, look, the least they know, the better it is, And then even in your friends, man, when you come into this truth, you quick to want to say some things. But as time goes on, brothers learn, man, hey, look, man, it's best not to say too much at all. If you say them a few times, you say a few things, they get it. If they don't, they don't. You know why? Because these are going to be the same people that's going to sit up here and snitch on you, tell on you. Yeah, man, he with them. Yeah, man, he believe in this. They're twisted and turning, And then when you was listening to that video, what they say, reward deposited. See, here it is. You got that reward. See, it ain't all about just you had to. A lot of them going to do it just for that money, too, especially if it's a big sum. This is Micah 7 and 6. It says, For the son dishonoreth the father, the daughter rises up against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own household, of his own house. And that word also means women. Just don't think it's going to be men. It's going to be women, too. Even your children, man. You see what he said? Daughter, father, son dishonor father, daughter rise up against mother. You ain't gonna be able to trust, man. When all hell break loose, you ain't gonna be able to trust people. All these movies show one thing, man. When all hell break loose, whether it be a zombie apocalypse, whether it be Mad Max type shit, you see the real evil in people. You can't trust no one, And hopefully, when that time breaks, hey, some brothers gonna probably be by themselves. Some brothers, brothers always say, man, that in that time you're gonna hope you see a brother, even one that you might not get along with as much. You're gonna pray to see that brother. Because it's easy. They say two is better than one. It's easy to sit up here and how can I say, go through something when you got somebody else who knows what you're going through. Especially when we in this truth, because we know what we going through. Other people don't see the stuff we see and believe the stuff we believe. When it comes to this truth, it's a lot more easy when you got brothers around you. I'm gonna come back to this Micah because I want to go to. I'm gonna come right back to this Micah, but I want to go to this Matthew because this was one of the scriptures that he played. He played like a couple of verses, but I want to play a little bit more. This is Matthew 10 and 17. It says, "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. Governors, kings, you're gonna be going against judges, you know, maybe mayors and stuff like that. You're gonna be brought against a hierarchy. And then it says, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And that's the thing, hey, when we bought before these, hey, look, man, don't worry about nothing. We got to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. And that's in the times that we in, this great spirit that we in, brothers got to be building themselves up, man, because this time is going to be tough, man. Hey, man, when that shit happens, man, when all hell break loose, man, you're going to have that fear go through you at first, man. But that's when you gather yourself together and sit up here and say, I got the Lord. I got Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that's going to guide me. And I'm going to put all my trust in him, And that's the thing, man. Isaiah 33:6, Psalms 91, from the first verse on down to the last, Hey, man, we got to, even, I think it's 2 Timothy. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. It said the Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear, but he gave us the sound mind. He gave us the spirit of love and the sound mind, and I'm roughly paraphrasing it, but he didn't give us that spirit of fear, man, And that's that one thing that I pray for every day, man. Lord, strengthen my faith. Keep me going. Keep me pushing. That's it. It says, Matthew 10:21, it says, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, the father, the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And there you go. Now, some of this is going to be for that MOTB, but Buzz gonna trick on us, man, because hey, he one of them Hebrew Israelites, pointing the finger at us. He one of them radicals and calling us a cult and all this other nonsense, because that's people. Fear is a real driving factor in a lot of things, man. When you fear is a great motivator for a lot of people. It can motivate you to do dumb shit, or it can motivate you to sit up here and do to sit up here and have trust in the Lord. That's the main thing I want to really sit up here and say, because the Lord said, hey, what when you think about Ecclesiastes, what is that, 12 and 13? He said, matter of fact, let me just grab it real quick, and then I'll go back to what I was doing. Let me just grab that real quick, because what the Lord said in Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, and when I talk about fear, it says, let us hear the whole conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Fear the Lord. Fear is a great motivator, and we fear the Lord because we understand the things that the Lord can do. Period. It says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Who wants to, man? No. The Lord can make pain last for a very long time, and all other sorts of things that go with it. No, man. That's why we pray and that the Lord pass us over when all hell break loose, man, and the Lord protects us during this time. But the fear of the Lord, man. Point blank, period. I don't know if I'll go back to that Matthew. I might be kind of done with that. I think I had said all I want to say in that one. Oh, no, here it is. I got one more. And it says, this is Matthew 10 and 22. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endured to the end shall be saved. And that he that endured to the end shall be saved. And there you go. You're going to be hated for the Lord, man. For trusting in the Lord, man, for this truth, But believe you me, it's going to be all everything is, how can I say it? All the things that's going to happen, man, everything is going to be about this truth, man. We ain't gonna bow down to the system, man, because it is truth. So when it comes to, we're going to be hated for all men for this truth's sake, Hey, everything, man. We out there preaching and teaching, telling people, hey, don't take this. And I'm talking about you so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, point blank, period. Let me grab this scripture real quick. This is 2 Thessalonians 2. You know, I'm going to start at 2, but the point is a little further down. But this is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Who's the son of perdition? Esau, Edom. And that falling away came, you know, Jeremiah 17 and 4. You know, hey, the curses were put up on us, and this was the one captivity where we didn't know that we were Israelites. You know, this is the only captivity where we went in and didn't know who we were as a people. The Lord took that away from us. It says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Son of perdition is Esau, Edom. You know, the son of destruction, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that as God he sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And there you go. And that's what the MOTB is about. That's what the C-hip is about. You know, this damn devil want to have control over everything. All seeing, all hearing, all knowing. You know, and that C-hip is going to give him some resemblance. But it's only going to last for a moment. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. You know. And who's being revealed in this time? Esau, Edom. The so-called white man, who's really the red man. He's the wicked, pursuant to Malachi 1 and 4. You know. He's being revealed as that fucking piece of shit that he is. The damn devil and the damn murdering liar and piece of trash that he really is. It says, for the mystery of iniquity, this is Thessalonians 2 and 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now let it will let until he be taken out of the way. The Lord letting this damn devil do what he do until it's his time to get fucked up. And then shall that big wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. How is he being consumed with the spirit of his mouth? This word, this truth. You know? Hey, we standing boldly in the face of these damn devils, letting them know that their kingdom is about to go down. You know? He's being consumed with this word. This word is tearing his ass up. You know? People see him, and he's being revealed for who he is. People seeing it. Everyone's seeing it. And how is he going to be consumed with this? How is he going to be destroyed with the brightness of his coming? The nuclear missiles and the chariot fire. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And there you go. All power, signs, and lying wonders. Power, you know, his nuclear power, his army might, you know, signs and lying wonders, you know. The MOTB, all the things that he does, man, you know, making people be able to walk, you know, putting the C-hip in people where they can sit up here and control robot arms and control computers and speak and whatever else they sit up here and do, you know, empathy, getting them legs and stuff, you know, getting a prosthetic arm and stuff where they can move and do things with. These are the things that's going to sit up here and have people, you know, conform. It says, but here's the other point. It says 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10. And with all deceivableness, you know, let me read 9 again. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And there you go. And there's going to be a lot of you know what? Let me read this other card. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. And there you go, 2/3 of our people, the rebels around the world, man. You know, they don't want to hear this truth. And they're going to be the same people that's going to turn you in and fuck you over, all because of some bullshit. Because they leave because of the signs, because they believe Esau is going to still be the ruler of this world, because of that money, like it said in that video, rewards, money, you know. What's that? I think it's in Ecclesiastes. It says, Oppression making a wise man mad, but a gift destroyed the heart. Gift, that money, man. That money, man. And money sit up here and fucks your mind up. You know, whether it be money, whether it be fame, whether it be just food and housing, you know, when that C-hip come, that gift gonna destroy the heart. You know. But hey, this was just something through the spirit. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. It's how you taste to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed sooner. With that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other, because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and a Baba Ball and Ayaha Badam Malakim. Shalom.